In this video, we are going to be talking about the target outrank share flexible bidding strategy. And this is a very unique one because it allows you to directly target a competitor and then say, I always want to be above them. And just for clarity's sake, it does not guarantee that you will always be above your competitor in search engine rankings, paid search engine rankings. However, that is your target. So Google's bid strategy will be to outbid based on a number of factors, your quality score being taken into account, determining how much per click it's going to cost you to outbid your competitor. But it's a very unique concept, and it's something that if you're trying to get brand recognition, let's say you're in a space and you want to compete with a brand name that people know, you can use this flexible bidding strategy to always rank either above them or right under them or right next to them is really what you're trying to get here. And your strategy is to put yourself right next to or above the brand names so that you start to acquire a lot of the traffic that they're getting or taking traffic away from them. And in addition to that, building your brand recognition in search engine results. So let's go ahead and get right into the setup. Same as all the others, we're going to come right here to bid strategy when we're in our dashboard. And we'll select Manage Flexible Bid Strategies. We'll drop down and select Target Outrank Share. And again, make sure you're getting your naming conventions right and they're crystal clear so that you can find them in the list and know what you're reviewing when you're looking at the data. So vintage boots, and we'll call this ORS, so we know outrank share, and we'll call it 10%. So then this is where it gets interesting. You can actually put your competitor's domain name here. So we'll put www.example.com and see if it'll let me. Let's just put a real domain. We'll call it LegalZoom. Or to stick with the analogy here, we'll go with onlineshoes.com. And then I'm going to say I want to bid 10% more than them every time so that I can rank higher than their domain. And here you can set to automatic. AdWords will raise and lower bids to meet the target, or you can set a manual bid adjustment. You set your own bids, and AdWords will raise them to meet or exceed the target. If you want to be more involved and have more control over your actual bids, then you can use the manual option, and that will go off of your keyword and ad group max CPC data, or you can allow Google to do it, which is the automatic option, and then just set a max bid limit. And that gives Google's flexible bidding strategy full control to put your bid wherever is necessary, wherever they see fit, and then raise or lower the bid from that benchmark to rank above your competitor. So again, we'll just put $3 here. And in advanced options, you can ask Google to not raise your bids on keywords with low quality score, which is what they recommend, or you can raise bids on keywords with low quality scores. What I would recommend doing is, if you're just getting started out, is to raise bids even on keywords with low quality scores so that you give this stuff some time to actually turn itself around. For instance, you might have a week's worth of data on a keyword and it has a low quality score because there's been 25 clicks and it hasn't performed very well. But if you continue to raise those bids and give it, say, 30 days to run its course, then the quality score may actually turn around. In addition to that, if you have keywords with low quality scores, you don't want to stop raising the bid. You want to fix the problem, and you'll want to go through our quality score optimization course to figure out how to diagnose and fix poor quality scores, and we give you some ideas there on what to look for, things you can change, looking at your landing page experience. So that would be my recommendation. However, if you want to play it safe and only have keywords that have good quality scores rank high rather than fixing the quality score issue, then you can select don't raise my bids. So whichever one you go with is totally up to you, and I'll let you figure that one out. But for now, we'll click save. And let's go apply this to the campaign of our choosing. In this case, it's going to be the only campaign we have in this account. And we'll go to all online campaigns, select campaigns, and make sure you select the correct campaign. In a fully built out campaign, you'll have multiple campaigns here. So in this one, we just have one, and we'll select it, and we will change the bid strategy, and we're going to go with this, the strategy we just created. And then we'll come back to the campaign, go to the ad groups, select all, which is done by selecting this box in the top left, bid strategy, use flexible, and then we will select it and make the changes. And then on this one, we will also drill down to the keyword level. Okay, so now you've got it assigned at the campaign level, the ad group level, and the keyword level. And if you allowed Google to set your bids and just set a max CPC in the flexible bidding strategy, then this would be the way you would want to go, and you can kind of walk away from this right now, give it a few days to run, and then come back and look at the data. If you want to be more involved, then you would have selected the manual checkbox, and then you would want to come into each of these campaigns and set, audit your bids, and change your bid on this one, and go all the way through, and then give that some time to run. And you want to be in there every day raising and lowering your bids based on what your click-through rate is and your average position is, so that you can acquire the most amount of traffic for the least dollar spend. So again, this is the target outrank share. And who is this for? This is for somebody who's got a budget, got a sizable budget. If you're just trying to outrank your competitor and you've only got $1,000 to spend, you may blow through that very quickly, and you may not have much to show for it, because this strategy is not one that focuses on cost per acquisition or return on investment or search page location or whatever it might be, alternative factors to be considered. So in this one, I would recommend that you've got a budget, and that your strategy is to just outrank. You really want to go after and be wherever this top competitor is of yours. And if that is the case for you, then play around with this strategy. Like I say, on all of these, I have my preferences, but you as a pay-per-click marketer will get your feet wet in all of these and experiment with all of them and figure out which one's going to suit your needs best.